Cedric the Entertainer's been making audiences laugh for more than 3 decades. He's appeared in dozens of hit films and TV shows like The Steve Harvey Show, The Soul Man, and The Last OG. He currently stars as Calvin Butler on the CBS series The Neighborhood. It explores what happens when a white family from the Midwest moves next door to a black family in Los Angeles. In this clip, neighbor Dave volunteers to help Calvin with his annual cookout.
So what do you say, girl? You ready to bring a little flavor to the neighborhood?
Well, I was just going for a jog, but sure.
I was talking to my smoker, Dave. Getting ready for the yardicue this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your last yardicue was the day we moved in. Can you believe that we've been neighbors for a year?
I know, it feels like so much longer, right?
So what can I do to help?
You can start by wearing longer shorts.
Cedric the Entertainer, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
You got a hit.
Yeah, man. That's
What do you think happened? Why is it resonating?
You know, I think we're in a time where we seem to be asked to be separate, more separate, and so this show is like just talking about something that's kind of real. I mean, the gentrification idea of communities being meshed together is really going around in a lot of cities, and so I think that this show just kind of made sense, and that we really wanted to have fun about how we can get to know each other once we live next to each other, as opposed to just having these preconceived notions about people.
People hear you're in it, they hear it's a comedy, they might think it's just laugh out loud comedy the whole time. But you mentioned there are serious issues involved. There's gentrification, there's discrimination, there's parenthood. Why was it important to put those issues on the table as well?
Because I think those are all the same, really, those items make us common. You know, I mean, if you're a father or a mother or brother, we end up as people having the same issues, except that culturally we kind of maybe deal with them, in a different way. But when you get to know another culture or another person, you realize it's the same stories. And so we kind of felt like, it was important to have marrieds and kids and different age differences. And so those are the kind of things. So the couple is a lot younger than we are. And so because we're two married men, we kind of identify with each other. So it's that kind of thing.
Your character is described as a bit cranky, but you keep it real by keeping these characters authentic to what would really happen out in the real world.
Yeah, that was one of the big things about even doing this show. Our creator, Jim Reynolds, a great guy, this was his life experience. And so when he was writing the story, he was writing it from the white guy that moved in, and he thought he was being authentic to the black guy. I was like, no. I was like, so when we became partners on it, it was more about like, all right, cool, let's figure out what we both want to say in this situation, and then we'll have a show.
You shoot this in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. It's important to point out.
That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, as a performer.
It's fun, man. Because as a stand-up, I'm used to that live audience, that instant reaction. It's almost a throwback to old school television when the live audience happens. But that particular format works for me because you get the energy right there, and it's like doing a play, except for you get to mess up and start over, but it's that energy of people like feeling it right at the moment.
Does that really happen if it doesn't play in the room when you're taping? You'll rewrite it and do it again?
Yes. We get that's the blessing about doing a written TV show. We get to stop and like, all right, cool, that joke didn't fly, and you be thinking it was gonna kill like all week, and they go like, it went over people's heads, so then we had to come back. You'll see the guys huddle up, and everybody start writing jokes.
Yeah, so you get immediate feedback.
Yeah.
You started in stand-up comedy, but really you kind of started as a claims adjuster for an insurance company. Is that right?
Yeah, for State Farm. I was
State Farm. What a plug, right?
Yeah, what I was though, but I was like a claims adjuster. So and it was auto claims. So I wasn't that good. I think it's still some people in a rental car from back when I did. Like sure. Go ahead, I'll take care of it.
I think they may be giving you a call, but I know most folks remember you from the Steve Harvey Show, and I got to give a shout out to Wendy Raquel Robinson, my college roommate, who starred with you on that show. But so much of your fame, and I would presume how you were trained in television started then and there.
Exactly. That was my first situational comedy. You know, like I came from stand-up. Steve and I were good friends as stand-ups, and so to have the opportunity to go on the show with him at that time was a great learning ground, and you know, we had a great time. We had, you know.
What's the best advice he gave you?
Steve, the best advice Steve ever gave me was really just be my authentic self. I came up to New York one time to perform for a bunch of executives, and I changed like my whole routine trying to be corporate, and I bombed, and then Steve went up and cursed everybody out. And I was like, oh, you can do that? He was like, yeah, be yourself, man. Don't worry about it.
You're selling hats too.
Yeah, who said? Yeah.
Will you talk to Vlad, our friend Vlad Duche?
Vlad Duche needs a hat.
He needs a hat. All right, Cedric. All right, Cedric the Entertainer, thanks. Season 2 of The Neighborhood premieres Monday at 8, 7 Central right here on CBS.